Anyway, today we're doing many exciting things. First thing we're doing, listener questions. Second thing we're doing, an overview of all of our favorite things we did before. Third thing we're... I'm getting very excited about this.
That's good.
Third thing we're doing is the future of the Red Line podcast. Because we have plans, trademark.
Registered,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting. 50 episodes.
It's wild.
I didn't think we'd make it past 8. I don't know. I was like, we'll see.
Commuter rail was the end of the line for you.
I was like, I don't know. We'll see if it keeps going, but
give or take a few Patreon specials.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. What is it? 4 now?
I think so. We should do more.
We need to do another one next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, patrons, thank you very much. We are officially hitting about $200 a month, which is crazy.
Good goodness. Thank you all.
Opens our horizons to in the future do things like
fly out to see
the REM open when part 2 opens. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you all patrons. You have been a big part of this, and that's why your questions get to go first. So, first up in questions, we have the patron Ben Busath speed round. He's given us 6 quick questions to answer, so we got to do it like...
I should bring a bell. Ding, ding, ding.
You get 5 seconds for each one. That's not true. You get as long as you want. But, the idea is these are quick because there's a lot of them. So, number 1. If you could add tracks to any corridor, which one would you choose?
Probably Redwood.
Redwood Road?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably the single strongest corridor that we could just build just because.
I think I'd have to agree with Redwood because that's such a big road. You could easily take away a few lanes and have a really high capacity
in the middle.
Tracks.
A viaduct in the middle would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that's the most feasible as well.
I'm gonna diverge from you guys on this one and say the Lehigh extension and the State Street tracks in Utah County.
Oh, I
that
forgot
has
about
potential for huge ridership, and it would be mostly in a dedicated right-of-way, so it would be quite fast.
Yeah.
So
and
and
it would pair well with the states like the Point BS, which is an opportunity for, aside from all the BS, UCA to get more state funding than they would otherwise.
Yeah, that's the Blue Line extension down to Lehigh, right?
Yeah, and then eventually down to Provo.
Yeah, see, that's probably actually the most feasible because of the right-of-way and the
right-of-way.
Tracks.
The right-of-way goes all the way down to Orem. Why we haven't built this yet, nobody knows.
Politics.
Why we can spend $1 billion a year on highways in the middle of nowhere and not on very obvious light rail extensions, I don't know. We could have a baller metro.
Other front runners for me, get it, is the 4th South tracks and taking the S line downtown. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Rio Grande.
Number 2. Who is your dream podcast guest?
I don't know. We've had some pretty bloody good ones.
I really
if you have a dream.
I would like to have RM Transit on, but
we almost did once.
Yeah, it was close.
He was
we had dinner with him.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah, he's fun.
I don't know. I loved having Christian and Christian Lenhart and.
From Rio Grande.
The 2 Rio Grande guys.
Because I think our strongest collabs are the ones with other local advocates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think my real dream would be Andy Byford, but
okay, that's shooting for the stars.
We finally do the 10-part New York subway series, and we have Andy Byford on to talk about his time at the MTA. I think that would be very cool.
Yeah. And then Andy Byford thinks about tracks for 10 minutes and then solves all the problems in the following 10.
Transit supercomputer Andy Byford.
Basically, yes.
Okay, Kyle, you're the only one that hasn't answered.
Dream guest.
Yeah. Pete Buttigieg.
Oh.
I want to stick with the whole working with other local advocates thing. I really like
so you want Sweet Streets or Bike Provo or someone like that?
Yeah, we should get someone like that.
We could get Bike Provo on here. I know the guy who runs it.
We could.
We should.
Yeah. I know. It's always fun talking with advocates because I feel like a lot of what we do is partially advocacy.
Well, he's trying to be.
Trying, yeah. But that's one of the end.
We did fix, I will say, mostly single car Sundays. So, Red Line Podcast, we have an impact. Number 3 in the Ben Busath speed round. Favorite U.S. train livery?
I don't know them too well, but I'm a sucker for the old Amtrak.
Yeah, those are cool. I like the, I really like the paint job on the Talgos that the Amtrak Cascades used to run. I thought that looked really good. Kyle?
I don't get the opportunity to look at any paint jobs other than the tracks ones. And those are pretty alright, not gonna lie.
I think Frontrunner's the best commuter rail livery of any.
Yeah.
Frontrunner is really good.
We actually try.
Yeah. Okay, now a very controversial question of the underrated kind of urbanist cities of America. Chicago or Philly?
I don't know enough about Philly.
I'm going to say Chicago.
I don't think I can answer.
I'm going to say they're so different in character that they really shouldn't be competing head-to-head.
I mean, yeah, fair. I think Chicago's better because it has more rapid transit and the most extensive commuter rail system in anywhere. So,
yeah,
that's my opinion.
Yeah.
But then again, Philly's got the 2 real strong subway lines.
And also regional rail, which is electrified. You're right.
Yeah.
So, they're both cool. I'm going to say Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm going to refuse to pick one because it's not a which one is better. It's a what flavor of city life do you want?
Centrism, the coward's refuge.
I'll just say Philly and we can even out.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Fair. Number 5, what is something that makes you optimistic about Utah's future?
The fact that
oh, this is a
the
tough
fact
one.
that UDOT no longer can find enough money under the floorboards to just pay for all of their projects outright and has to do like cruddy phased implementations and like wait to build stuff gives me hope that hopefully eventually we might do something vaguely smart with our money.
It might just be me being more into the urbanism scene in Salt Lake especially, but it feels like there's more of a conversation around expansion of highways, especially with the I-15 corridor. It feels like it's a lot less one-sided than it would have been a few years back. So
my number 1 thing is that Salt Lake City is the strongest recovering city in the country from the COVID-19 pandemic of any decent size.
Damn.
We have more people downtown than ever before. We have more stuff going on downtown than ever before. And that gives us, power to move and shake things in a way that other cities that are still struggling to recover can't.
I'll also add that Salt Lake City is going full ham within budget, obviously, on like every evil urbanist agenda item ever.
Mm-hmm. Like the Gloop.
The Gloop, and they're doing a great job. Like the streets department is doing a great job.
200 South is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, not only
the 900 South bike lane.
Yeah,
that's going to be fantastic.
Not only the big name reconstruction projects, but even like their resurfacing, which I was reading on their website. They try and resurface 100 miles of city streets every year. Their resurfacing department, I think because of the same ordinance that makes the reconstructions happen, always considers every mode of transportation when building the street, and will more often than not does something nice for bikes.
Yeah, Salt Lake's kind of really good with multi-mobility.
Utah as a whole, still some trouble, but Salt Lake City is trying very hard and on a large part succeeding. So there's my thoughts.
If we've been able to do this much like bike infrastructure and infill development in 10 years, imagine what the next 10 years will be like.
True.
Yeah.
All right, and the final of the Ben Busath speed round. Which host is the best skier? I think it's me.
Yeah, I think it's you.
I don't ski, so
subjectively, I think it's you.
Sorry, Kyle.
Yeah.
No, there's none taken.
All right, thank you, patron Ben Busath of the Red Line tier.
Dude, I don't remember.
I think it's Red Line.
We say the names a lot. But
of the cool tier.
Of a cool tier, yeah.
I like the rapid questions.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Blue Line tier and our patron for over a year.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Next question comes from patron Jesse Mayo and says, since UDOT took control of the Point of the Mountain Transit project from UTA, Does that set a good or bad precedent for future transit projects in the state? Also love the podcast. Keep it up.
They've already set bad precedents here with all the front-runner stuff. We've talked in passing in previous episodes about how the legislature has handed UDOT control of front-runner construction and just taking it away from UTA's existing contractors, which has already set a bad precedent for UDOT building transit projects and not doing a very good job of it.
Yeah, I think it's bad for now. It could turn out to be good if they actually learn how to do stuff and they want to do stuff, but it's UDOT we're talking about.
I think I'm going to agree that it's not a good thing, but not because of UDOT, but because the way that UDOT is planning the project at the moment silos the entire corridor into its own thing and doesn't consider any of the existing stuff, or it's all weird. They're no longer planning to do anything with the whole Draper right-of-way, so it's a mess. I'm going to say UDOT bad. Don't let them control transit projects.
Yeah, they're bad at rail construction. They're not a rail construction agency, and they're bad at planning.
Maybe one day they can build rail, but today's not the day.
Like, as much as UTA is planning.
Not that day.
Like, as much as UTA's planning has gone downhill, they're still way better than UDOT at this.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, patron Jesse Mayo, who has been a patron since
a long time ago.
More recently, I think.
Oh, June.
Since
cool.
June. Cool. New
Thanks.
patron.
Yeah.
Welcome. And our final question that's only from patrons. Patron Generic GT, who asks, face reveal when? ?
Whenever we manage to produce any video content.
Whenever Metro the Game comes out.
Yeah.
Yep. Or you can I'm sure you can find pictures of us some other way.
Probably.
If you want to.
I do have a personal Twitter account.
This is true.
You can find me on Instagram. You can look up my name, and I think a picture shows up. So.
Or you can come to a U-True students meeting this fall.
Yeah.
And not meet me.
Well, you'll be on Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is true, yeah.
Can we give you, like, an iPad on a stick with, like, your face on it?
You could give it to some... I could send a representative to hold it up in front of their face.
Exactly.
But... One day you'll see our faces.
Soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
We have all the Metro footage compiled and ready to be edited finally now, so inshallah, it will begin soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
From Twitter, next question. From Twitter user at ALTictolic, which I believe is a species of, like, crocodile-looking thing from the Paleolithic period.
Cool.
Thanks so much for making the internet's best podcast.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
What is the most urbanist city, most improved city, and most underrated city of 2023 in North America?
Most urbanist, if we're talking, like, big city, Chicago or New York.
Okay, but, like, city that's implementing urbanist policies at a rapid rate is what I think that means.
That's true.
I'm gonna be controversial and say... Never mind. I can't think. Can't decide. No, Boston. Mayor Wu rocks. She's doing a lot to improve things there. So I'm going to say Boston is the most urban city at the moment.
Cool.
Okay. I don't pay too much attention to this kind of stuff. But I know Salt Lake's doing a good job.
Yeah.
We are.
I'm happy with Salt Lake.
I wouldn't say we're going fast. We got a lot of budget constraints, but
we're doing
trucking.
the best we can.
Yeah. As far as most improved, New York might actually be a contender.
New York,
like the sheer volume of bike infrastructure they've been pumping out in so little time.
Well, and they're doing a lot of bus improvements at the moment, and they've been working real hard to make the subway run faster and more frequently. So New York could actually be the most improved. Otherwise, I would say like Seattle.
Seattle's probably going to be most improved for
a long time.
Years
with all the rail funding, which is like so much rail funding.
What is the most underrated city of 2023?
Probably Philly.
I don't know.
I'm going to be controversial because everyone on Twitter likes to say that Portland is overrated. Portland is underrated. You get the amenities of a much larger city at a much cheaper price than you will anywhere else.
This is true.
Median rents in Portland are lower than they are in Salt Lake City.
Wait, really?
Yes. So it's a quite a cheap city with quite good transit and biking infrastructure.
Cool.
I love Portland. Yeah.
So there you go. Thank you, Twitter user at AlTicTalic. Twitter user RA or nothing. If, parentheses, like me, close parentheses, you think the Rio Grande plan is basically an impossibility, what if any more realistic alternatives do you think the city should consider to address the dangerous crossings at 8th and 9th South?
Throw some bloody ped bridges or ped underpasses up. What else are you going to do?
It's hard at 9th.
It would have to be an underpass. Which at 9th, because they have all the extra right-of-way from the old 9 line that is currently the bike park, you would probably do some damage to the bike park during construction, which would suck. I'm sorry. But there's enough space there to do a geometrically safe underpass. 8th, I don't know, sucks.
Yeah, I'd say underpasses probably.
Yeah.
Same goes for the Folsom Trail crossings on
Oh my goodness.
6th West.
Yeah, overpass, underpass. That's all you can do with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not as
Pessimistic.
about the Rio Grande plan.
Yeah.
I think it will just take someone with a lot of will to get it done. I do think
Mayor
it could
Rocky,
get done.
clearly.
Okay, well, I can't vote, so I don't want to speak on the mayoral candidates, but
Let's see. Actually, I think we'd better. I'm just going to go through these crossings real quick in order. So, 3rd North, we're already doing. It's out of scope of Rio Grande. North Temple is pretty great already.
Yep.
I think Folsom would require a decent amount of creativity and probably some.
It's a weird angle.
bridges. Yeah, it's special. Maybe for Folsom you could do a realignment so it follows. It doesn't cross the triangle in the same places. It crosses it in different places. It's a bit straighter. I don't know. Probably a couple bridges there. 2nd South, Ped Bridge. 4th South, literally, why is there not already a bike path on the bridge? And you'd need a way to cross I-15 aside from the interchange, which would be really expensive and sucky. 8th South, Ped Bridge. 9th South, you got an opportunity to make, like, the world's nicest rail underpass, since we used to build rail underpasses at a normal size.
All right, fair enough. Thank you, Twitter user at RA or nothing. From Twitter user Matthew Barba4, who asks, what do you guys think of recent and upcoming changes to Los Angeles' current metro system, and what would you change about them if given the opportunity? Also, any thoughts on Metrolink, just in general? I assume Metrolink being the LA commuter rail agency.
Monorail! Just build some.
Yeah, that's what they need for the Sepulveda Pass.
Build some more light rail or subway or something, dude.
Yeah.
And no people movers or anything, just put the stations in the right places. I saw whoever's video about this.
Oh, yeah, for the concert venues and stuff, that's going to be a weird people mover to the K-line. Yeah.
Make the obvious infrastructure decisions of using normal technology and putting the stations where they should be.
Yeah, I'm going to say you need to build the Sepulveda Pass line as heavy rail. A monorail is a stupid idea for that. A monorail is a stupid idea all the time, but it's especially stupid for that.
Do you think light rail would be fine?
No.
Okay.
Heavy rail needs to be it's going to need the capacity.
Gee whiz, I wonder if they have a subway that you could use existing maintenance facilities from.
Yeah, I wonder.
Somebody should go digging, see if they find one.
As for Metrolink,
I've actually been researching this a bit.
the arrow is stupid. Get rid of it. Just run the trains downtown and electrify the darn thing. Run it all day.
Also, run any bloody trains on the service.
Yeah, they don't run
ever.
very many trains.
They run so few trains. There's a couple of lines that have better service, but the rest are like, I don't know, 10 trains a day each way, and only at like 9 to 5 downtown LA office job hours. Like, this could be a legitimately good and useful regional rail system if you ran any service.
Also, if they through ran.
Yeah, that would be
Trains
even
don't
better.
through run on Metrolink.
They
at
don't.
all. They all
Although
terminate downtown.
the transfer opportunities at LA Union Station are pretty good as is, but it would be great if they through ran.
Mm-hmm.
So through run and run way more trains
And maybe use DMUs.
as opposed to, what do they have, locomotives?
They have front-runner-looking trains.
Well, they could get some of the the flirts or whatever that you can easily convert to electric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say.
Other things, I think. Regional connector is silly, but it's nice. It is funny that you guys have the world's longest light rail line and you're extending it. Consider getting rid of street running on the A line would be my biggest ask.
It has street running?
Yeah.
Isn't it supposed to be a metro line, not a light rail?
No, the A line is a light rail line. The B line is a subway line.
Right.
So, anyway, there's my thoughts.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
Just connect everything well with bus service.
Yeah. Oh, bus lanes. You guys need more of them.
Oh,
and no more Las Sombritas, please.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe some regular bus lanes in addition to the really expensive busways.
Yeah.
Like I've seen many of the roads and stroads in LA. You could just paint a bus lane.
All right. From Twitter user at book numbers that I am at book 1312. We all know what that means. Favorite Stadler train ?
I don't know. They're all so good.
I like the Kisses. I like the bi-levels.
Yeah, that's fair. The Stadler just makes good trains.
They do.
And they make some of them here.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see them briefly as I ride Caltrain later this month. So.
Yeah, you can't go wrong, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Kisses, though.
I wonder if we could do a Stadler factory tour, because I knew Arm Transit got invited for one, but I wonder if we asked
could have
nicely.
if we could have gone. You remember they had the open house?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, but we couldn't go.
That's
So, yeah, thank you, Book. Twitter user at Stillwell Avenue. Which U.S. cities do you think would most benefit from a master plan metro like DC's? I think my top picks would be Detroit, Columbus, and Birmingham, presumably Birmingham, Alabama. Interesting. I would pick big metro, kill Seattle's current transit plans, leave Link as is, and build out a regional metro.
As opposed to a low-floor light rail metro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Like a master plan. Seattle needs that. And
if that's feasible.
And I don't know, Detroit seems like a pretty good option to me. They could really use some transit infrastructure.
Just most Rust Belt places. Just bring good transit there and people will come and make the Rust Belt great again.
Matarga. Make the Rust Belt. Maturga. Yeah, Maturga. Make the Rust Belt great again.
Does Milwaukee have any rail?
Milwaukee would actually be a really good one.
Because that gets often mentioned as cheap, vaguely near Chicago. But if you go on the map, it doesn't have all the color lines.
Milwaukee would be great, and
you could connect it up to the Chicago system.
Also, LA.
Yeah.
Because having a weird agglomeration of light rail and a couple of subway lines is weird, and it would be better if you guys had BART instead.
Infinitely better, as opposed to the weird agglomeration plus the poor service on the Metrolink.
Yeah, that would fix traffic problems.
Well, or at least you could ignore the traffic.
Yeah, nobody really cares if it fixes traffic
There's
problems.
a way around it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you at Stillwell Avenue. Twitter user at GundamMade asks, I'd like to see you discuss the city of Richmond, Virginia, making buses free from 2020 to 2025. Do you think this is a good idea, or should fares be resumed in exchange for better frequency and service?
Frequency and service.
I don't know about the specific
free fare
case,
is ineffective at mode shift. That's all my opinion on the topic, and that's really what I care about most in transit is mode shift, is getting people to stop driving.
Frequency and service.
If you're going to spend money on frequency and service, or you're going to spend money on making fares free, always spend it on frequency and service.
Yeah.
You've seen how much money people will dump into being able to drive. People are after quality transportation. Much more than they are after cheap transportation.
Richmond, I know. It's a cool city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could use another BRT line.
Probably good, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, frequency and service always.
Mhm.
No point making it free.
Twitter user at GavinMuir15 asks, what do you think of the attempt to bring back the old Pioneer Amtrak line? Do you think that Las Vegas, Salt Lake, Boise is a better route than going up to Portland? And do you see it coming back?
Please go to Portland. Please go to Portland.
I say do both. Bring back the Desert Wind. You can have your Salt Lake City to Vegas to Los Angeles train. And also the Pioneer, you have your Salt Lake City to Boise to Portland to Seattle train. That creates way better network effect for everyone involved.
Could we just rerun it?
I think that would make a lot of sense. LA to Portland via Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, and Boise.
That would be infinitely more useful than Salt Lake to Boise.
And
that would fill a huge gap in the system map too.
Unfathomably huge. As somebody who lives in Salt Lake City, it would be a miracle to be able to take a train to any of the places on that line.
Because those are places that I would go if I can go on a train.
Yeah,
that would make it. Well, that'd be amazing to get to LA because you can't get there directly on a train now without a transfer.
Yeah, you have to transfer in Emeryville.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a really ass-awful
or go all the way to Chicago and then on...
well, that's the dumbest possible way of doing it.
Well, you would get the privilege of stopping in Chicago.
Yeah.
Maybe you could just stay there and come back to LA.
Yeah. Well, anyway, just more Amtrak, more everywhere.
Well, and I think... Oh, and as to whether it will happen, something like that will happen because everyone is on board with it. Even the crazy Republicans in Idaho want it. So it will happen.
UDOT got funding to study for feasibility.
Yep.
So it seems very promising for a transit
I think it's
project.
likely.
Yeah.
So let's make it happen, please.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Gavin Muir 15. Twitter user at Hey It's Marco. Thoughts on LCC phases 1 and 2? More buses tolling snow sheds and follow-up. What other quick changes do you think UDOT ski areas should do to better manage Cottonwoods?
Buses now.
Buses tolling.
Yeah.
Buses tolling.
Phases 1 and 2 are great. Just don't do phase 3.
And as far as...
just end it at the second phase.
And as far as tolling, we discussed in the gondola episode, UDOT is very unoptimistic.
Well, and I think this comment was put out before the gondola episode was for this question. So
at any rate, in that episode we discussed UDOT's bus and expand the road bus alternatives, and they're very unoptimistic about how much you can solve traffic with tolling. You can solve traffic with tolling and non-monetary vehicle restrictions, however you want to spin it.
Yeah.
Buses.
I see. I have no issue with tolling because skiing is already just such a restricted activity. Like you have to have money to do it.
There is some buy-in.
So,
I will say I spend about $600 a year at least on skiing. So.
And if you're going to ski, ride the bus.
Well, yeah, so if it's already so expensive, people that want to drive will pay a hefty toll to drive. And then everyone else will just be smart and take the bus.
Very small subset of people who go skiing that weren't taking the bus already and aren't just like super rich and can just eat the $25 or whatever and actually get legitimately priced out of driving could just take the increased bus service. It's like $5 each way.
Oh, yeah.
You were spending more than that on your car or your parking reservation anyways.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
If you have an Icon Pass, it's free.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. There you go.
Yep.
But you probably do if you're on a budget.
I just don't think... I just wish the ski resorts would pay for something.
They should do the tolling yesterday, and they should do it very aggressively.
Yeah, I know. But
yeah,
listen to the episode. we talk about more radical proposals, too.
Yeah.
And snow sheds.
More radical, I like that.
Yeah.
And snow sheds, I don't know. I'd be interested to hear more about the environmental impact of snow sheds, but...
I can't imagine it.
If the impact isn't, like, that bad, they sound like a pretty good idea.
As long as...
return on investment.
Yeah, as long as they're careful with construction and they don't damage the watershed.
Yeah, and especially the places they put snow sheds, I'd imagine, are also ones where they've, like, blasted giant chunks of rock out of the mountain. So, like, there's not that much more damage in those highly avalanche-prone areas.
I don't... Well, yeah, it might be. It'd be interesting to look into it more, but yeah, phase 1 and 2, yeah, just more buses, tolling, it's all good. Don't do phase 3.
Yeah, just skip phase 3.
Just save money.
Live better.
Solve all the problems already. Yeah.
All right. Good talk. Twitter user at Matt Gray. Hi, Matt.
Hey.
It's a coworker. Worst transit route besides the Tesla tunnel? Question mark.
Like in everywhere
that you can think of. Ooh. I mean, the obvious answer is OGX, but that's rude because I haven't ridden it yet.
Well, that might run the risk of actually taking people somewhere.
Good point.
And I was going to crap on the 509, but people ride that. It takes people places. Insert flex bus.
Insert flex bus. Yeah. I don't know. Something with a lot of weird deviations. Probably like every local bus in New Jersey.
Yeah, the buses that spend more time going back and forth than they do going straight.
Yeah.
Those are bad. In Utah, the worst bus route is easily the
513?
No, what is it? The one that goes to Tooele, the Tooele Flex Bus.
Oh, yeah, the 451.
That's not the Flex Bus. That's the commuter bus. The other one. The F453.
Oh, yeah, that's 453.
And the reason I will say this is because, one, it runs a minibus on the freeway going 80, which is terrifying. And two, the last inbound run is at 3 o'clock and the last outbound run is at 5 o'clock.
Bruh.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably the best contender.
That's just very bad.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, for an inner city trip, they've done a good job of preventing you from making inner city trips.
Yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't use the actual nice coach buses, the
Because
MCIs.
you can only use those on express services.
It is express.
No, it's not. It's a flex route. Get it?
Don't make flex stops.
No, I think that they should eliminate that and just run the 451 all day, is my opinion.
Yeah, all day.
Bi-directional all day. Yeah.
All day coach bus.
Yeah. Have more service out there,
well,
too.
then they might run the risk of actually transporting people.
Other really bad routes are the what is it? I think it's Route 40 in Boise. Or no, not Route 40. Route 40 is okay. Route 43, which is the Caldwell-Boise Express. It makes exactly one inbound run in the morning and one outbound run in the evening.
Bruh. Does Salt Lake even have a bus that runs that little service?
No.
Bruh.
Well, no one should.
It's not bi-directional either.
Bruh.
Unlike other bad VRT Express services.
Do they just, leave the bus downtown and the driver goes to their office job?
No,
and then
presumably the
back?
driver goes and drives, Route 9 or
buses?
something. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Because I was thinking the driver could drive the bus downtown, go do office work for the transit agency, and then drive back.
I hate to break this to you, but VRT's offices are not downtown.
Oh, where are they?
VRT's offices are transit inaccessible in Meridian.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Is Boise's downtown even that expensive?
No.
Bruh.
And they have, the bottom half of one of the taller office buildings. So you'd think with how office vacancy rates are these days, they could maybe put their headquarters right above Main Street Station. I don't know, just a thought. But anyway.
Might not actually be any more expensive.
Yeah, 43 is a contender for the worst. So is the F5 or 453. Any others you guys can think of?
I don't know other cities' bus systems. We mostly just talk about other cities' rail systems.
Yeah.
The one in Portland is very disappointing.
Oh.
I'll say that. I don't think it's the worst, but it's disappointing.
Yeah, there's nothing I can think of.
But yeah, I'm going to say it could, honestly, in the country, be Route 43 in Boise, the worst route.
One bloody trip.
Yeah.
And with weird deviations, too. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay.
Wait, where do they take the bus for the night? Is the storage yard near the origin point?
There is a small maintenance facility in Nampa.
I was going to ask if the driver just takes it home. That might just be easier.
Street parks it.
No, because Nampa Caldwell used to have its own bus system until VRT got them, and so they took over that thing.
Gotcha.
And then they got rid of the bus system of Nampa and Caldwell and replaced it with an on-demand. So
that runs a 40-foot bus.
Fantastic.
yeah, that runs a 40-foot bus.
Wait.
A 40-foot minibus.
That's
A
hilarious.
cutaway,
Oh, yeah.
It's weird. So, yeah. Other contenders, UTA on demand.
Yeah. And CVTD pool.
Oh, yeah, CVDT pool is almost certainly worse.
Yeah.
Oh, but it can pick you up at existing bus stops.
Fascinating.
Don't you wish there was a bus or something?
Pretty much every on-demand, and maybe...
Shitty subsidized Uber pool.
Yeah.
But worse.
And our last question of the day from Twitter user @BadgerJust, who Kyle and I have met before. Hi.
So,
How do you evaluate the, quote, quality, unquote, of a transit line at a glance? Ridership numbers, passengers per revenue hour, cost per mile, rider miles, etc. My favorite metric is cost per passenger mile.
yeah, that's a good one.
Because it shows like how you're competing in terms of cost with driving an automobile.
Yeah.
Cost to society, that is.
Yeah.
Like, the New York subway does like 10 cents per passenger mile, which is like
Nothing.
a tenth of driving.
Yeah. Easy.
Trax does like 76 cents a passenger mile.
or at
which,
least it did pre-COVID.
Yeah, which is about the cost of driving. Frontrunner does like 30 cents. So this is a really good way to evaluate how effectively your transit is being used, is if it is offering more value to society than a car
Yeah.
per unit of cost.
Yeah.
I like that.
I would agree with that.
I also like ridership per mile.
Yeah, ridership per mile I think is my favorite for how cool is this transit line.
Right,
And how
like-
badly do I want to ride it?
Like last week we talked about Ottawa's O train, which despite being a pile of crap, gets like 12,000 people per mile, which is a lot.
Incomprehensibly
Yeah.
large.
That's probably just the most accessible one, too. Because that's just easy to understand.
It'll be fun to see the numbers for Heart if they finish it.
When they finish it. Let's be optimistic.
When they finish it,
in
in
inshallah.
20 years.
God willing, when they finish it,
In
in
the
the
year
name
of
of the
our
Father,
Lord.
the Son, and the Holy Spirit, please God.
In the year of our Lord 2077.
Yeah. Don't you mean 2078?
When the Cyberpunk game
Oh,
come
no,
out.
you meant 2079. Oh, 2080. Yeah, so I like cost per passenger mile as a measure of like operating efficiency, and cost per revenue mile as a measure of how good the
Ridership
line
per
is.
mile.
Or yeah, ridership per mile for how good the alignment is.
Yeah.
And those things are mostly on rail systems. Buses you have to look at in a different way because
Buses, I mostly look at service patterns and routing.
well, and in the United States, a lot of buses are terrible and provide service that is, the bare necessity to people. So you can't really look at those ones as providing anything other than like a social value.
If I'm deciding how much I want to ride a particular bus, I'm going to look at how straight is the alignment and how often does it show up.
And is it
pretty
on
much-
time?
Not so much. If it comes
it's
often
frequent enough.
yeah.
Well,
Like, we rode some uni buses in San Francisco that were never on time, but they came like every 5 minutes, so it was very convenient anyways.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the 209.
That's true.
So,
Be funny if it went in a straight bloody line on a normal street.
I
It goes-
actually like the 209 alignment. That's my controversial opinion. I think it's good that we gave service to the mid avenues. That's good.
I think
I don't think it should have been the 209 doing
Yeah.
it.
What
but
else were you going to do it with?
the 6.
The 209. Yeah, but we didn't have the money to make the 6 a 15-minute bus. We did have the money to eliminate the 6 and route the 209 along the 6's old route to make a 15-minute bus.
And make
yeah.
the 209.
I like the end
Well, yes,
result.
but
I like the end result of a frequent Avenues downtown connection as somebody who lives downtown. And I'm sure the Avenues people appreciate the frequent.
Except the...
All three of them are the red.
Yeah.
they're ghost buses.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm sure
Yeah.
that the Avenues people who, have ever been outside appreciate the frequent downtown and 9th East connections.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a long ramble on the different ways we look at transit lines. Also, sometimes I just think they're cool.
That is loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. And what they run, what rolling stock they have, that's a big part.
Yeah. My opinion of metros dropped significantly when I learned that they're low floor. What can I say?
At Seattle, at Ottawa, at Charlotte, at Calgary's new line. Anyway, those are the questions. Thank you for submitting them on such short notice. I kind of forgot this was episode 50, and I was just planning to do a regular history episode, but then things happened.
Yeah, and if you're on YouTube, leave us questions in the comments, and I'm sure we'll get to them.
We'll get to them in the next episode,
Yeah.
Or we'll just respond there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true as well.
When are you going to leave for the 17th?
Never.
Okay.
I can record all night.
All right.
It's the 50th.
It's the 50th. It's important. All right. So, now we get to look back through the 49
I forgot we had
episodes.
more than just questions.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, no. All right.
Look back through the long and storied history of the Red Line podcast, of all of our episodes and all of the things we did. And we're going to start doing that with our most popular episodes of all time.
Okay.
Oh,
So, our most popular episode of all time is still, with like 4,000 views, BRT versus light rail, which makes me mad because I still think it's one of the worst videos we've ever made.
But we did it about a hot button issue.
That was episode 4? 2?
I know.
Okay, yeah.
Well, this continues.
So it's had time to
be,
ruminate.
Now, this continues to be a hot button problem.
Yeah.
It does. Number 2 is l'épisode sur le REM de Montréal with just about 2,000 views.
Which
Exciting.
might have been a reason we got invited.
We got invited to go see it open, which we can't do. I think that's still my personal favorite episode we've ever made.
Yeah.
Just in terms of quality of episode. So.
It's just also a very fun thing to talk about.
Because it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
So
talking about
good.
good. I like to talk about well-managed good projects on occasion.
Yeah.
That was just kind of a FOMO
a rarity
episode.
in this continent.
Yeah, go Canada, go CDPQ.
Indeed. Oh, what is it? The Caisse de Pension Québécois, something, I don't know.
Dude, we live in the U.S. We should have like real estate conglomerates, or like Graystar or whatever, or like
Blackwater.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The neoliberal thing of just having the military do everything, but this time the military does transit.
Or have like
Army Corps of Engineers builds metros. There we go.
Yeah.
Have like health insurance companies or something back the metros because they're just swimming in cash.
Army Corps of Engineers doing transit, they would do a really good job.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Good American
Also, I want to
jobs.
see their logo when I go into a subway station. I think that'd be very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They have a cool logo.
They could probably use those like concrete 3D printers or whatever to make one like really wonky station.
Number 3, America's Transit Cost Problem, episode 33, which is the most recent in the like top 3.
Yeah,
Cost
good
Snake.
episode.
Cost Snake.
Yep.
Yep. Great episode. Very timely as well because it released like the same day as the Transit Cost Project's New York report. So that may have helped us. It wasn't on purpose either.
We're too good at this.
Number 4, Heart episode.
Yep.
It's Heart.
Yeah.
All right.
Another one of my pet personal projects. This is something I've been thinking about while writing, doing all the things for this episode, is like how many of the things we talked about a while ago that are like actually becoming a thing now. Like we talked about the REM.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be operating in a week.
This has got to be one of those like
Talked
time
about
passes things.
Yeah.
It's in operation. We talked about OGX when it first was announced.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Man, time keeps passing. Pretty cool.
And now it's going to be open in a week. It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been doing this long enough for that to actually happen.
To see things through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Commuter Rail and How We Can Make It Better, episode 8. Yeah, figures.
Yep.
That's the one that everyone at UTA has listened to, so.
Oh yeah, because
That's a good one for
everyone
them
at
to listen
UTA
to.
only rides Frontrunner.
Well, yes, but we don't say that.
Oh my bad.
We just allude to it.
Yeah, we just politely. So, number 6, streetcars, how we can make them better. That was a fun episode, I think.
Yeah. Streetcar history is just fun to talk about.
We got to go into the trolley conspiracy for the first of many times.
Oh, isn't that number 3, not number 6?
Oh, did I say episode 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's episode 3.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, how the car destroyed American City. First episode.
Yep.
Still doing good. The thumbnail on that one is messed up,
Oh,
and we're going to leave it that way.
On Spotify, we've got one of the match set thumbnails now.
It says how the car destroyed the American City, which is fun.
Ooh.
It did, though. It removed the
It did
story.
destroy.
It did
Yeah,
destroy
it did,
the
so.
American City, that's true.
Oh, we're too good at this. I'm glad we did that one so we don't have to, in every subsequent history bit, explain the whole, implosion of
Suburbanization.
streetcars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe I'll fix that when I get home. Or maybe it'll just be an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 8, History of the UTA, episode 8.
Yep.
Wait.
That's it.
You're just saying the completely wrong numbers.
Episode 7.
Nope.
9.
No.
What is it? 6? Oh, good.
Well, yeah, that's a fun one.
I'm
Yeah.
just going number bingo.
Yeah, it's always nice talking about home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
it
we had
is.
more
Yeah.
train.
We should do another one someday of
Yeah.
UTA
Update
Yeah.
when everything good happens.
Yeah, in 50 years.
30 years.
when we have the tracks metro.
When you have monorails all over. Salt Lake.
Monorail.
You laugh, but we're so close to having, the class equivalent of a metro.
I know.
Yeah.
Sad noises.
Anyway, UTA update, episode 1 day.
Episode 100.
Yeah. That might be a bit ambitious.
Episode
but-
100, we ride the entire track system and record the entire thing while talking about tracks.
Mhm.
You know what? Sure, the audio will sound like crap, but that's part of the experience.
It's an aesthetic.
Oh, also, it's fun to note we're coming up on 2 years pretty soon,
Yeah, we
to
are
be honest.
in November.
Hey, we're averaging, more than an
Yeah.
episode every 2 weeks.
Yes, we are. Good job.
Go us.
Um,
If UTA ever builds, a single stretch of viaduct, we're doing an episode.
we are.
Yeah.
I want that so bad.
And I'm crying.
I will cry on air.
Okay, that's a promise.
Number 9 is Nationalization and the Rebirth of American Railroading, also known as Amtrak Part 69.
Stop saying the wrong episode numbers.
It's Amtrak Part 69.
You said it was episode 9.
No, I said Amtrak Episode 69.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because you get it, because we had 69 parts to Amtrak. Ha ha,
that's
very
true.
funny.
That one's episode 26.
Yes, it is. I was right on that one. It's on my paper.
That one was fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Amtrak was fun.
It's always fun talking about Amtrak.
Have we made it through the top 10, or are we just going to do every episode?
And 10, Link Light Rail.
Yeah,
Oh,
I figured.
Quite recent.
Deservedly so.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
those are the top 10 episodes. What are your favorite episodes?
Ooh, I have the list here.
You do?
I personally...
On our website.
Of your favorite episodes?
No, of the episodes.
Oh,
Well, that might be something cool to add in there. Favorite
Maybe.
episodes?
I recommend.
Yeah.
We could put that as a playlist on YouTube as
Yeah.
well.
But
Yep.
my favorite ones are always just guest ones.
Yeah.
I like having people in.
The
and-
Rio Grande plan was fun, and having
Yeah.
Curtis and Mike and whoever on is always nice.
Yeah. I always think it's good to have people in, and I would like to see more people come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, Amtrak is a favorite.
Yeah.
Well, all the Amtraks.
All the Amtraks.
Yeah.
All 68 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when are we doing the Amtrak Mega Series?
We already did the Amtrak Mega Series.
Do we look like we're done yet?
Well, that's...
I mean, that's true. We're doing
Gotta
another
cover all the
Amtrak Mega Series.
state-sponsored routes in the context
Oh
of
my
larger
gosh.
state transit systems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the Illinois episode where we cover every transit system in Illinois,
You know what? Hell yeah.
including those we have already covered.
That's a pretty, that's a
Bit of
pretty good spot to
redundancy.
cover. Well, we haven't even done an L episode.
No, but we've done Metrolink, which is the other
Not if you confuse with
major
Metrolink.
rail system. Yeah, or Metrolink.
Prize.
Or Metrolink. because there's Metrolink, the LA commuter rail, Metrolink, the Light Metro in St. Louis, Metrolink, the tram system in Manchester, and there's another one somewhere, but in Australia, I think.
You know what? Maybe whoever named Metro Subway Link was onto something.
We need to do a Baltimore episode.
You know what? Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's been almost 2 years and 50 episodes. Thank you for your continued listenership. We really appreciate it.
Woohoo.
I'm feeling very nostalgic
Cool.
at the moment.
50 episodes is a lot,
It
to
is.
be honest.
I feel like the average podcast makes like 4. So
Well, what does the median podcast make? Oh, wait.
the median podcast might make like 3.
I guess we'd better look at, like, the median of, like, podcasts that make it past 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
But really, most podcasts just kind of fizzle out after like 10 at most, and so I'm very grateful to have been able to do this with you guys for so long and to have had built kind of such an interesting community of people to talk to about this sort of thing.
Advocacy for the win. Yeah,
Yeah.
good thing we're friends and also absolute nerds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll keep it going when I move.
Here's
Yep.
to the next 50 episodes, at least.
At least.
Mhm.
All of them will be about Amtrak.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then after that, we'll do 50 about New York.
Oh,
Oh,
you could.
gosh, when
You
New
could.
York comes, it is going to be like a 5 to 10 part series. So,
Yeah.
because not only is there the New York subway, there's the Long Island Railroad, Metro North, New Jersey Transit Commuter Rail, New Jersey Transit buses, New York buses, the 3 different light rail systems in New Jersey, and it's wild. It's gonna be a ride.
For New York, you have my express permission to make a 3-hour-long script.
Well, that'll be per episode.
Okay. It's New York.
New York, New York, it's a hell of a town. All right.
That's got to be about the 8th time we've done that on air.
Mm-hmm.
The more the merrier.
It is a hell of a town.
It is a hell of a town.
Chicago, it's a hell of a Chicago.
Next week, the Tacoma Narrows Bridge disaster. That's a reference to a different podcast if no one got it. So, yeah, that's all I got. Before we go, favorite bit from the podcast. I'm going to go with the cost snake noise.
Yeah, I like the cost
Do the
snake
noise.
noise just because I know it. But
Yeah, I agree. Favorite bit. It's not even competitive.
we have the bits written down, don't we?
The you yelling at me
Somewhere.
with the
Do
what?
we have the bits written down? I want to...
I think it's under merch ideas.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, look
but
up merch
let's
ideas so I
see.
can see what
Let's
other
see.
bits we have written down.
Let's see.
The you doing the what is whatever when we're starting the history
Yeah,
segment.
Oh, yeah,
question
what? The question.
The service.
Why build things once?
Oh,
when you
yeah,
can build them
service. That's a
twice?
good bit.
It's a good long bit. That's got to be our longest bit.
Yeah, service is good.
Amtrak, the best passenger rail in the Americas.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Salt Lake Urban Transportation.
That's not a bit, but that's funny.
This is one of the best ones.
Oh, yeah. Congress, let's pass the Service Act of Year to create service and allow service to help people.
Meanwhile, Parliament, let's pass the Year Service Act
Yeah.
Yeah.
to create service, to spend money and charge fares.
Well, yeah. As long as we have the will and enough things to talk about, and
I don't think we'll ever run out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
Transit agencies keep doing stupid stuff.
They really do.
Yep.
Oh, the IBX episode's going to be fun.
Oh, no.
Well, yeah. We'll see. Maybe we'll release a special OGX episode. Well, just a OGX
video.
A video.
It'll
Yeah.
be like a vlog.
Yeah.
And
We'll see.
A tightly edited vlog. That's a good format.
tightly edited. That I did air quotes if you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
An edited vlog. People, that's a good format. I
Who
like
knows?
that
Maybe
format.
we'll get 2 or 3 things out of that.
Miles in Transit style.
Yeah.
That's all I really have. So we're going to do patrons again.
Sure thing.
Because we definitely didn't record 2 episodes in one go today.
Hey,
No,
the
no.
patrons have supported us twice in one day.
Wow.
We
Look at them
appreciate
go.
it.
At super duper double tracked 125 mile an hour electrified base tunnel to Logan and Nephi tier. Frontrunner Zach Adams, $69.69 a month.
Nice.
At all of those things minus a couple things tier. We have generic GT at $35 a month. Thank you
Yeah,
both.
that's very.
Yes, thank you all very much.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
They're
money.
trusting us.
Yeah.
At $10 a month, we regular frontrunner tier, we have Curtis Herring, Devin Zander, Mike Christensen, and Phobos, $23.90.
Yep, thank you all. And Red Line tier, $5 a month. We have Brian Smith, Christopher Whaley, DJ
Hi, Will.
I will.
Watkins.
That's a good bit too.
Oh yeah, that is a bit, yeah. Jacob Whitecotton, Reluctant LA Resident, Robert P. Walsh, and Scott Harris. Thank you all.
Yeah, Chads.
Blue Line, I'm doing these backwards this time. We
Ooh.
have Seth, Old Trolley, Matt Gray, Martine Hecker Martinez, this is so weird, John Aaron Gorman, Jesse Mayo, Jack Dean, Gonda 12, G4, Evelyn, Ethan McDonald, Elijah Kensler, Bradley Bondi, Ben Busath, and Alex Dykelsi.
Yeah. Thank you. Well,
Oh, and then Patrick Sawas, Green Line, one tier.
Cool.
one tier.
One tier.
One
Yeah.
tier to roll them all.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you all because now I have to fill out tax documents because
Yeah,
we're
it's
making that much
official.
Isn't
money.
it so cool that we have enough budget from all these wonderful supporters that we can consider airplane tickets?
And Metro Season 2 when...
Oh yeah.
If and when,
Well, no, not if and when. I'm already in
When
planning
and when?
stages. Yeah.
when and
Right.
how.
Yeah, where is the question is the real question.
An excellent question.
Because it may be in Salt Lake or it may be somewhere else
We'll
entirely.
find out.
Mm.
I will enjoy using the budget to buy more audio equipment.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Ooh. Bye.
Peace.
Thanks.
Thank you.
If you have
Yeah,
any
thanks for
questions-
50.
Yeah, thanks for 50. We're as you can tell, we're very nostalgic about this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bye.
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 Peace.
See ya
Bye.
later.
До свидания. Да, 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 да.
Can we do an episode about Soviet era trolley buses?
Ooh,
We could.
we could.
I'll write a note.
For episode, I don't know, what's a meaningful date to the Russians?
91.
Episode 1912?
We could do episode.
Oh, wait, no,
91.
1917. Yeah, we could do episode 91.
Yeah.
To celebrate the fall of the Soviet Union.
We're talking about Soviet era buses.
Excellent plan.
Be
Yeah.
some good Soviet era metros, too, because the Soviets built really interesting metros.
And we can talk about how they made trolley buses work even in the extreme cold.
Oh, that couldn't work.
Oh, never. We gotta tear up wires instead of building wires. Why are we allergic to wires? They're cheaper than BEBs.
Fact.